You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah, and if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now, or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAK Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode.
You saying spaghetti?
Yeah. Spaghetti!
Spaghetti!
Hello.
Hello.
Hello out there. Welcome to the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Hello. Let us in.
This is episode 171.
Yeah, babe.
We're recording this on Tuesday. Is it Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. It does not feel like Tuesday. The 11th, and you'll be hearing this Friday the 14th.
Yeah, this guy is a blue-collar worker over here. When are you going to have your blue-collar wedding? Are you what a pharmacist isn't a blue-collar job,
No,
is
that's
it?
like a white-collar job, 100%.
Oh.
We have white coats.
Yeah, but I don't know what it means, dude. I don't have real work.
Blue-collar, think of
I
like
play with
HVAC,
Okay.
bricklayers.
Blue-collar is hands-on.
Like actually straight up like
Handsy.
Yes, handsy.
Blue-collar workers get handsy.
Yeah, they get handsy with it at these weddings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing that I wanted to talk about today,
Who's that?
I don't know, it's just like my radio voice.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were doing it. Thanks
That's
for
what we're
the
doing
heads
today.
up.
So Carson,
Yeah, what are we doing today? That's a very good question. We got a lot on the docket, to be completely honest with you. I don't think we've publicly said this, but we're kind of maybe realizing that a part of our niche is going to be talking about very useless stories.
right?
Because we're going to obviously keep talking about politics and news. That's important.
Yeah,
But I don't know about you, but like everybody kind of
does
does that.
Yeah,
And it's like,
Enough.
unless we're going to do it in an interesting way, which I think we do. But if we're not, if it's just going to be like just verbatim reading an article, that's stupid. So, who's that? Is that John?
that's Obi-Wan.
Oh, what does he say?
I'm not brave enough for politics.
Oh, wow. That's
That's a deep cut.
steep. So I was like, whenever Gavin brought up the woman living inside of a grocery store sign, I was like, man, I love we need more stories like that. And
Yeah.
then we did the toilet one last week.
Yeah.
So this week we're doing one about a Lego theft ring.
Isn't that what you
It's
wear?
literally what
Can't
it's
you wear
called.
one of those?
You can. It's very
Wow.
kinky.
That's crazy.
It's like a Lego collar.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Choke on it.
That's what I was thinking.
You can also wear one on your finger.
Yeah, that's also what I was thinking.
I was thinking like a ring around your neck. Sorry, my
Ring around the
mind.
rosy.
You know where my mind
You know
goes.
where my mind
You know
went.
where my mind went. I'm into BDSM shit. So that's kind of, I think we like that as our niche, and it seems like people like that. Not as our specific niche,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
as something we want to continue to do. And there's always going to be useless stories. Also,
Yeah.
the one about the restaurants, the local restaurants thing.
Oh,
that you
yeah,
brought up,
exactly,
Our local
yeah.
places.
Yeah, that
It's
was
just like-
stupid.
It's stupid, but like that's what we love, and we can talk about it endlessly.
Oh, absolutely.
So we got that. And then in actual real news that I'm very interested and excited to hear about, we got a Gavin's Techno World segment talking about the Apple keynote.
Yes,
that what it
the
was?
Apple WWDC, which is Worldwide Developers Conference.
Oh shit, I went and saw
The
that.
Worldwide Developers Conference held every year. It lasts from. It usually lasts about 4 days, right?
I didn't invite this guy on the show today. Well, actually, really.
It really lasts about 4 days. So they start
wait.
out. They start out the.
How do I do it? So keep going. Just keep.
So they start out the whole thing, and they
I
start.
can't do it. I don't got. Oh wait. Keep going.
They start out with a lot of. They start out with this keynote where they basically break it down. They basically break it down, right? They break it down really well. And what really happens here is they really try to promote younger younger audiences.
It makes my eyes water.
Yeah, it does.
Sorry.
that
Just
made
a
my
little-
head hurt.
just
I'm
a
not. I'm
little
like,
fun.
they kick off this this whole developers conference, which does actually last the whole week. Now I just feel like now I hear the bass in my voice
Sorry.
whenever I talk now. Thanks.
Sorry, dude.
But
Sorry about that.
I didn't mean to do that. No, actually, at work the other day, I walked in and I scared the shit out of someone because she didn't know I was coming because I also walk really quietly. And I literally was like, hey. Like, I literally was just like, hey, can you get me this?
Yeah.
And she literally like jumped.
That's
And I
funny.
was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're just so loud. I'm like, okay. Okay. But anyway, so it's like this.
Well, you should probably stop wearing wrestling shoes to work. I think that's the problem.
These?
Now you're wearing wrestling shoes. You're really quiet. Well, you don't even know what wrestling shoes
No.
look
Well,
like.
actually, I do. I
They
do.
kind of look like socks.
Yeah, they look like ballerina shoes.
No,
They look like little twinkle. They call them twinkle toes.
they're kind of maybe on the bottom. Oh,
Yeah.
not kind of.
They're like think of like the Nike waffle. Yeah. Okay.
Keep
Jesus.
going.
Anywho, so this is it's actually seriously like a developers conference where they like award like best new app or like new developer or like they promote people like learning how to code, and they do a lot of stuff with promoting people making apps for iPad, MacBook, and Apple devices all over.
Yeah.
And so naturally what they do is they tell all these developers, hey, here's what the next version of iOS is going to look like.
Okay. Yeah.
And that happens
yeah.
every year around June. So to say I was
But
excited.
it's they don't unveil any new products.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes
this was
they
the
do.
first one in a few years, I think, that they haven't announced. They did announce like a new MacBook, a new iPad Mini, or HomePod. I think was
Right.
announced at one of them, or maybe the AirPods Max was announced at one of them. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that, small, little incremental updates. But they didn't do that. They just went full, and it seemingly, I think, went 2 hours this time. So it was a really long.
Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
how long they usually go.
It was
so.
really long for this one
Okay.
because they now have, iPad OS, iOS, Apple Watch, Mac OS, and Vision Pro or Vision OS.
Okay. Okay.
So they have 5 different software things to get through.
Jesus.
And they also have like the overarching, like, here's what we've done in the last year. Here's what we're doing to do
Yeah.
green stuff and all that. So getting into that later, but
Yeah.
that's they do that every year.
Yeah, but this
So.
one was like I just kept hearing people post.
Yeah, this
about
one was
it.
huge because there was a lot of leaks already that were like, possibly. Yeah, we'll get into it, but there was a lot of leaks about
Okay.
it. So
Okay.
a lot of people were amped.
I'm excited. A returning segment for the second time. Gonna try and keep this one shorter. Carson Cinema Corner is a new segment where I talk about movies. I've always talked about movies.
Follow
but
him
now
on
it's a
Letterboxd.
segment. Yeah, follow my box. Where I'm gonna be. I inadvertently did a movies made about the year 2000, pre-2000 marathon where I watched.
Mad
First, I
Max.
watched Death Race 2000.
Then you watched Mad Max.
No, didn't watch
Oh.
Mad Max.
That takes place in the year
Mad Max.
2000. I'm just kidding. It doesn't. I've never watched it.
I think it takes place way further in the future.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've only seen 2 of them. I haven't seen the newest one, but I want to. And then I watched, which we brought up last week, which I was like, I have to watch that.
Jokingly,
I mean,
I
jokingly,
think-
but when you said it, I was like, yeah, I want to watch
it
that.
is actually like a really
Yeah.
fucking weird movie.
I can't wait to talk about it. I really can't. I'm very excited
Did you?
about
Were you a little boofed?
it. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Naturally,
and it honestly was a bad
way
idea.
better. Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
Better, but also
Yeah, I
I'll
get it,
talk
I get
about
it.
it. But I watched Lawnmower Man. But
This
Gavin,
guy watched Lawnmower Man. Well, slightly boofed.
but I watched the director's cut, which is 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Holy fuck, dude.
It's like 30 minutes longer than the theatrical.
Jesus
cut.
Christ. I'm curious to know what the actual difference is, like how much
I'd
really
have to
cut
watch
content there is.
Yeah,
but-
I'd have to watch the.
Did you watch the
theatrical
behind the
cut.
scenes for that? I know last
No.
week you had mentioned that you like
That would
watching
be
behind the signs.
If there are, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Because I would love to know where they had some of these ideas. And then a Look What I Found segment, which I teased last week, because it's about your balls. Not your balls or my balls, but somebody's balls. It's about balls.
I get it. Did you see that video I sent you on Instagram where these women were standing next to these heifers with these engorged udders?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, That was hard to watch. I
They,
didn't
like,
like
lined
the,
them
I didn't
all
like
up.
the rubbing.
Yeah, no, me
Because the
neither.
whole time I was like, those are so big that piss and shit run off those all the
Yeah,
time.
uh-huh.
Those are piss and shit runoff.
Yeah, that's like
these
that's like that.
heifers.
Yeah, I mean that's what they are realistically.
Isn't that
but
a
like,
derogatory term for a woman?
yeah,
as
it is.
well?
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's where it came from, is that they were cows.
Cows.
But like, have you seen
Big
that picture
old
where
milkers
yeah
on these cows.
Have you seen
Literal cows.
yeah,
I'm not
literal
trying
cows?
to
Jesus
make
Christ,
yeah.
I'm the misogynist here.
Right.
You know that.
They were in
Have you seen
Lego
that picture
rings.
with the pig with the fat balls shit on his balls?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that.
Yeah. It's my screensaver.
Go ahead, put that on the screen.
Okay, I'm going up right now. Did you see another? Because we sent a lot of stuff to each other on Instagram. Did you see the one I sent in the group chat of the castration room?
Dude, it was like our hospital castration room. It was a horse castration room. I'm like, I
so
genuinely,
weird.
I thought for a minute, I was like, is this real?
Yeah.
And then, but it was like, oh, it's for horses.
Yeah, but it's like it said like
It's brand new,
surgery
like-
theater or
Yeah,
something. It's like,
yeah. And like,
it's a big room.
It looked like, basically, imagine like a human operating room, and then just times 3.
yeah, but then like add like hooks and
Yeah.
and, like it looked like
It looked like a butcher shop.
It looked like if Saw took place in a really if it looked like if the Saw guy had OCD and had to keep everything
and
very
it was
clean.
super clean.
Yeah, I had to watch that a
was
few
like-
times to even know what I was watching for a second.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, that is just that. I mean, I know it happens.
so
that
weird.
someone opened that. They spent a lot of money on
Yeah,
a loan
man.
to get that opened up because they knew it was a hefty business.
It was a heifer business.
Yeah, it was a heifer business.
I'm actually looking at opening one of those myself, but for humans.
Oh,
like a
yeah,
castration place
Surgical
for
room,
humans.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Surgical theater.
It's like isn't that what they call those escape rooms?
yeah.
Yeah, they call them like castration
Yeah.
theaters.
You go to the one down on Main Street here in St. Charles, Missouri. They have a couple different themes. They have one that's like the labyrinth.
Yeah, they have like a bank.
A bank one, and then they have the castration room.
Exactly.
You gotta escape before. And
Well,
then
watch out! They're coming for your balls.
they're like, okay, who's gonna be the one that's gonna get castrated?
who's getting castrated today?
And then they hook you up. They don't make you take your pants off.
No, of course not. They like put
But
like a prosthetic
there's a
on
surgeon
there.
that comes. Yeah, well, no, there's a surgeon that comes in there and attaches.
Do you know anybody that's like lost their balls or their dick from this?
Oh, they do have the Wall of Fame.
Well, that's crazy. Who do
And
they
it's with
have?
shriveled up foreskins up on the, from
Jesus.
the castration.
Biblical in nature.
Oh yeah, it's the real deal, man.
That's
I'd
cool.
recommend everybody go try it.
Anywho,
Anyways,
so that's what we've been up to recently.
So that's kind of what's going on and coming up. We had a fun weekend. We mentioned going to the St. Louis Cardinals game.
It was a bender.
The St. Louis Cardinals game.
The St. Louis
We
Cardinals
really did a
game.
bender, man. I haven't drank that much in a long time, humble brag, and I don't think I want to. I drink
No,
not even that much, but
I didn't
it
even
just
drink
felt
that
like a
much.
lot.
Yeah, and I think it was just around alcohol a lot over the weekend.
Yeah.
But I was reading no joke, the 2021 ACC AHA guidelines for a stroke, and alcohol. If you binge drink, if you binge drink every once in a while,
Which we didn't.
no, I don't think we did. I don't know. We
that would
weren't,
be like keep going around the clock.
and like doing it binge drink like for multiple times a month, multiple times a year, raises your risk for stroke by like 4 times.
Okay.
So don't binge drink.
Yeah, don't. I don't. There's no.
There's
way I
literally
could.
no way that I think
I get so.
there's-
I don't like drinking because I get so unbelievably bloated,
yeah,
and it's like
especially if it's
I
beer.
like feeling drunk.
If it's
is,
beer, you
yeah.
really get you really have an issue
You
getting
really
bloated.
got brawl out of it.
You get really bloated.
Yeah, I just like feeling drunk is fun. Getting a little buzz is
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
But God, to get there
After the
it
Cardinal
takes too
game,
much.
we had you guys had a lot of beer.
Yeah, we had quite a few. Yeah, so we did
I
the
had
Cardinals game on Friday.
2. I really only made my way through 2.
Yeah.
And I had the worst toileting experience on the weekend after that.
Oh yeah.
Just the worst.
Running through.
Yes. I had eaten too. Like it may have also been that I had barbecue like 3 days in a row,
Yeah.
but I'll blame it on the drinks.
Yeah, that didn't help. It didn't help because you also have you have your own
I get
bathroom
a little
issues.
get a little anxious. All right, I'm an anxious guy. I'm an anxious pooper.
I'm an
mean, he's
anxious
anxious
pisser.
peer,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. We're the best of both
I'm really
worlds.
just an anxious pooper. There's
Well,
really nothing about
really-
it. Really, one of the best things about doing that is pooping.
When it's so basic,
I
you can't
can't-
hear most of the word.
Yeah.
Not really.
One of the things that I
You ever
really
hear that
like-
when someone's talking? It's just
Yeah.
you hear the bass.
one of the things that I'm really liking. Yeah, that's how it feels whenever I listen to NPR. Sometimes I'm
You listen to
trying not
NPR?
to sound so
How old
so
is this guy?
bassy, but it
Kevin
just
Bassey?
comes through like I'm fucking Howard Stern.
Well, it's just you're too in your head about it.
Fuck. Well,
So do you
anyway,
ever ride the Sibian? You want to ride the Sibian?
I don't.
Let's bring out the Sibian. Let's see what happens.
Let's see if you. What
Let's see
happens
what
if you
these-
ride the Sibian?
Let's see what happens to these heifers when they ride the Sibian.
Talking about cows, dude.
Cows, man, cows.
What if you put that probably
That would be good.
Sibian.
Yeah, that would make that would make me Sibian. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that make me Sibian in my stomach.
You know, woof.
Woof. Getting nervous just thinking about it. I got to shit. Just realized I forgot to mute my phone.
So this was a really fun weekend
Yeah,
for
it was
us.
fun. We went
Your
out.
camera's open now.
Cardinals game. Oh, okay. Let's. Oh shoot! That was an accident.
Went to the Cardinals game. Went out and celebrated my brother's last weekend
Yeah.
of freedom.
Yeah, your brother leaves tomorrow, going straight north
Yep.
to be
Minnetonka.
to intern with the Minnesota Twins. Which
Yeah,
is
that's
fucking
it.
Crazy.
And he talked about that a couple weeks ago.
You guys go over to last week's episode or 2
Go,
weeks ago.
go over to 2 weeks
Give that a
ago.
listen. You guys will really enjoy it.
So yeah, it was fun. And we had a last little outing where we castrated him at the end of the night as
At the escape room.
as
It was-
punishment.
That was what you get for
Yeah,
escaping the
yeah.
escape room. Really?
Yeah. So we went out and had some fun with friends, and then we went to the casino, which was fun. Gavin and I both gambled a little bit, and we both
time
had
of
our
year.
ups and then way downs.
I just went in with the mindset I was not winning anything.
Yeah.
I literally just said.
I had $20.
I
and
told you I was
"This
like,
is it."
there's a $50 bill running amok in my pocket.
It's just making a
Yeah,
mess,
It's making an absolute fucking mess. I need to get
causing
rid
a
of it.
problem. I played roulette for the first time, digital roulette, and I had multiple people trying to
Can
tell me
coach
what
you,
I should
yeah.
do
Yeah.
and
How to do
everything, and then
it.
I was just like, I'm just gonna click buttons,
Yeah.
and it worked.
There was a guy I was
went up,
watching-
but then I went down.
There was a guy I was watching. I don't watch gambling videos all the time, but he wrote "come"
Oh, okay.
across the
That's
board,
smart.
and he was hitting a lot.
I gotta try
Yeah.
cum. I gotta try cum.
Gotta try the
sometime.
come.
Didn't hit green. Did okay though. And then Gavin and I tried one machine that was a failure, and then we went to the Wheel of Fortune machine.
Which
you
actually
did
wasn't that
pretty good
bad. It was not a bad machine.
No, not at all. You did pretty good, and then we were laughing at the. Is it Vanna White?
Yeah,
Is
I
that-
think her name's Vanna White.
that's who that is.
Yeah, that's who that. Yeah, the lady who presses the buttons
Yeah.
on Wheel of Fortune, who makes a fortune doing that. By
Yeah,
the way.
and she got paid to do this. Be the mascot of this gambling
Yeah.
machine.
Not Pat.
And
Not
she would-
Pat Sajak. Pat Sajak
Nope.
is nowhere to be found.
Not at all.
But I'll tell you where he will be after the Wheel of Fortune, which the finale I guess was last week. I guess he's doing
I have
a.
no idea.
I don't. It's a big deal in the family TV shows, right?
Yeah, I
He's
guess.
going to be doing a community theater play in Hawaii.
Wow, I can't wait to go out there and see
Yeah.
that.
So anyway, continue. So we
had Young Sheldon and Wheel of Fortune and
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, we had a lot of stuff.
It's
in the
over.
last-
It's over. He's leaving, and so
Well,
they're just like we
they
can't do
just
it
have a different
anymore?
host. It's like Ken Jennings
okay.
on
Okay.
Jeopardy.
Okay, well,
So.
well then I feel a lot better now.
Yeah.
I guess she'll probably.
But she
assuming
would
she'll
fade,
stay.
like she would come on screen. She'd
Yeah.
be like, "Wow, big spender,"
Yeah.
and it would like fade away.
It's so
but like
weird.
I was only spending 80 cents a spin. I was
yeah,
like,
and
this
it
isn't
was
crazy.
Like, okay, it was pretty cool. She would come out, and then she would crossfade very
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah, I was like,
it wasn't like a
Bye.
walk away. It was like a,
yeah,
like
it was
a ghost.
Bye.
And then we were talking about Pat Sajak's gonna be trapped in a machine when
Yeah.
he retires.
There's that clip where he goes, "I got one thing to say to you."
Oh, he's doing this
the
Scooby-Doo
Scooby-Doo
impression.
Yeah,
God, what a weirdo. What a freak. He's
yeah.
a freak.
Happy retirement, Pat Sajak. Fuck you.
Fuck you, dude. Have fun in Hawaii. you
I'd just
ass.
like to say one big shout out to Pat Sajak and all of his years at Wheel of Fortune.
I want to fire this guy. I don't like him anymore.
That's our editor. He
Yeah.
chimes in every once in a while.
Thank you, buddy.
All right.
Appreciate it.
You just go back to editing. All right.
Yeah, keep your voice
Over there
to
in that gooning
yourself.
chair. I'll try my best.
I will do what I can.
But yeah, it was good. It was a good, fun weekend. And your brother leaves tomorrow. Crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna see him before he goes. I probably won't. I told him goodbye in the car, and he's like, "No, you'll see me before then." And I was like, I don't know
it's
when.
like 5 minutes away. You could just come say bye.
Yeah, but I don't know when he's. I gotta text.
You could
him. I gotta
text
figure all
him.
that out.
Shit sucks.
It does suck, man. How are you feeling about it?
Well, I was like we moved my childhood stuff, like not my stuff, but my childhood like dresser and my desk. For the audience at home, I've been trying to get rid of that for like 8 years now, ever since I left for college. And I came back my first semester. I'm like, I need new furniture.
Yeah,
because I had like such utilitarian.
Yeah.
So I had such utilitarian like storage at school that I was like, this is perfect. It was literally like 3 drawers and like a rolly bedside table.
Yeah.
This is perfect. So I came back and I was like, I need to get rid of this.
Yeah.
So I finally, this weekend is the estate sale at my grandma's house. She's not dead or anything like that.
No.
But we're just trying to get rid of stuff.
Yeah, we're trying. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to get rid of my grandma.
We're trying to get rid of her.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
So she's for sale.
If you guys would like to buy her,
If you'd like to buy her, show out to.
we're gonna have Pat Sajak spinning the wheel. Let's see who's gonna win.
And Van and White will be there.
Big
clicking the buttons.
spender.
Yeah.
You're gonna have the forgot his name. There's a video about him. The $2,000. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know what you're
Viral
talking
thing. I can't remember his fucking name. Someone will let me know.
It's like the price collector or something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. That just came to mind.
But yeah, that's happening. So we moved over there, and then we definitely had like oh shit, like this shit's actually happening. Like I moved my shit over there. The house is being cleaned out. Like it was like oh wow,
Yeah.
One of those like, and also like all the lights are out, and it's like it was symbolic because it was like that the lights are out, no one's there anymore.
Yeah.
Just like end of an era.
Yeah.
At that house at least. Because I don't know if you haven't moved like out of this house, like your
But
family.
what does it have
hasn't
to do with
moved.
your brother though?
He helped me move the childhood stuff over there, so we were at the house together, and we were like going through some stuff. So
Yeah.
we were like, oh damn, like this is crazy.
Right.
Seeing it all laid out too is also kind of odd.
Oh, because he moved all his stuff too?
No, he helped me move. That shit is heavy.
Right.
It's
right.
dense wood furniture.
Yeah. No, I know
So
that.
he helped me there.
Yeah.
So like we had to find a place to put this big ass wood furniture.
Right.
Heavy wood furniture.
Right.
So we were walking around the house in the complete darkness because we didn't know where the lights were, because
Right.
that was never our job.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was just like, oh wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because it is all laid out, like it's
Right.
it's ready to go.
But how do you feel about your brother
Oh, leaving.
leaving? Yeah.
Yes.
How do you feel?
Oh
about
yeah,
him leaving?
I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
I'm happy, but it's also like, yeah, I'll see you around, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I'm just coming home. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I just got
Right.
back.
Right.
Got back, quote unquote.
Yeah. But like you,
Get back.
Get back. But this is the first time that you guys will be like apart.
Apart. Yeah.
know what I
Because
mean?
I don't think, even whenever I was in college, it wasn't like I was like gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even whenever I didn't have a car.
Right,
Especially like
right.
those first 2 years, it was like,
Yeah.
I'll just come home.
Yeah.
I'll just be home.
I'll just make my way home. You can drive all the way out here and you can help me
Get home.
get home. There was one time during freshman year of college that he did drive out his beater out to St. Louis to pick me up, and then we drove out to the Mid Rivers Mall to pick up my glasses
Fun.
because I had broken glasses. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I
have
remember
my,
that.
I was like, oh, my glasses are ready. I have to go.
Right.
And I was like, I felt so bad after that. I was like, I just used my brother.
Yeah. You didn't have a car. What are you gonna do?
Well,
You know. Yeah, I know it. But yeah, we
he showed me where he's living. He's got it all.
Yeah, he showed me
He's
too.
got it all there.
He's got like a Harry Potter.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah. Mhm.
Little Harry Potter room.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, shit. A free place.
A free
to
place
stay.
is free.
Fuck, they'll take
funny.
it. Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, but we get to kind of relate on that as I get to move here soon
Yeah.
and leave. That's just one person.
Yeah.
I have to leave a lot of people behind. Not to make a comparison, but
Yeah. Fuck you.
but mine is bigger than him. No,
'Cause he's
but
also-
it's similar. Yeah, him and I can relate on
Yeah,
that
I
more.
can't relate to you at all.
But one person leaving, it's still something.
I guess.
Just trying to make something. Trying to do something here. Hey, let's talk about Legos. Yeah.
Lego.
Do I have that? I swear I have that.
Lego.
Don't I have the Lego kid in here? Lego kid.
Mingin.
Oh no, I don't know if I have him or not. That's not him. I don't have the Lego kid. I thought I did. Oh, I have this. This is the Lego kid, but it's not him saying Legos. Oh, and it's broken. Never mind. I lied.
A man has fallen into the river in Lego City.
And there's the Lego thing. What the fuck? Oh, I thought this article was like down. Okay, so.
A man has fallen into the river in Lego City. Start the new rescue helicopter.
Hey!
Hey! Build the helicopter. Hey!
Why did you say hey?
Prepare the lifeline.
I don't like
This
that
is
you
a full.
say
This
hey.
is a full commercial. I'm clicking hey.
Hey! Hey! Okay, let's talk about it. So this comes from, I picked a local news station because it had more pictures and a little bit more details, but there's no video of it, so you don't have to watch it.
No.
Hey! So this comes from Fox 8 WGHP. I don't know where that is, but it's somewhere in California. Hey! And the title reads 2,800 boxes of Legos found inside home.
North Carolina.
Not a local news one. Never mind. I thought it was. Well, I found a local news station that's reporting on national news. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
It was a good article. I'm sorry. I thought it was from somewhere else.
I'd
When you
just
get a
like to
chance,
say
can
a
you hear-
big fuck you.
Oh, okay. So it's a local news article that comes from another local news article because it says
It's a sister
KTLA.
station.
Yeah. So technically it comes from KTLA, but whatever. 2 people were arrested in California as part of an organized retail theft bust involving thousands of dollars worth of stolen Lego toys. The suspects were identified as as Richard Siegel, 71, from Long Beach, and Blanca Guadino, I'm assuming, 39 from Lawndale. Oof. According to Los Angeles
Oh, you know
Police
what?
Department.
You know Lawndale now, right?
I don't, but it just sounds like a rough inland area. Not like rough as in like a boring.
Right. Yeah.
We'll say. In December of 2023, detectives were alerted to a string of thefts at a Target store in Los Angeles. Loss prevention workers identified Guadino as a suspect. On June 4th, police said they witnessed Guadino allegedly stealing Lego products from Target stores in Torrance and Lakewood, both in the Los Angeles area. I don't exactly know where, but I believe it. She would then drop off the merchandise at Siegel's home in Long Beach, police said. The next day, a search warrant was served at the Long Beach home where officers discovered 2,800 boxes of stolen Lego toy sets, police said.
They bought all those.
They were purchased.
Those are purchased.
So
Look
this
at that. Is that the house?
I'm
Is that
showing
real?
it on screen. This is in the house. This is one of the pictures.
Those Millennium Falcon ones are expensive.
Yeah, and I think these are newer ones because I remember
They're still expensive. It's
Yeah,
like
right,
$399.
even
I
just
think.
for that one.
Yeah. Even the
Because I
new one.
remember those like back in the
day, they went for a lot too.
Over it just kind of says the same thing over and over again. So we'll just look at the pictures. Here's another picture. I don't know. Was it in? So you see this one at the top? They talk about this later on.
Okay.
You see this kind of thing up here. Can you tell what it is?
Is that a display?
Yeah, it's one of those display things that they stole. Which I don't know how they did that because I thought those things were like bolted in or something. At least
Yeah,
the last
I've
time I tried to
seen-
steal one, it was like I could not. I had to leave it.
Maybe they just took the whole shelf.
We got the rest.
I mean,
of
look
them.
at it. It looks like they have a shelf under it.
Yeah, but they have a lot of shelves because we'll come to find out
We'll
that they're
get into
like
it.
they're running. So this is at the police department now.
Holy shit.
So this is everything.
Wow.
Here's another picture of it.
Wow. I like it. I like whenever they do like the
The drug bust thing.
yeah, where they like, they do like a band check. They're like,
And they're like got all the money.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like that. Well, I'm surprised I don't have cops posing in front of this shit.
I'm surprised they don't either because they'll usually,
They'll usually
do
like have like their arms out.
and they'll have the dog there and then it's
Yeah.
like 3 grams of weed on a
Yeah.
table and it's like you guys did it.
Yeah. Well, who? Oregon's
But
free.
they were probably embarrassed by this one. They're
Yeah,
like,
they're like,
people make fun of us when we do stuff
dude,
like this.
Dude, they can't know we want to play with these so bad.
Okay, so can we take them or?
So what if my son wants one of these? Not even me. I don't even want the $400 Millennium Falcon set piece 3827. It's not mine. I don't want it.
Yeah, but my son really does want.
But my son wants it. My son wants it so bad.
He told me he wanted it, so I'm gonna take it.
So
they won't know if one's missing, right?
That's the whole reason that this thing got started.
But they won't know if one.
They won't know if one more is missing, right?
It's just one.
Right. So explain the reason why they did this.
So photos of the bust show. Okay,
Photos of the bust?
Photos of the bust.
That sounds like a really cool band name. I'm not gonna lie. That's
Photos
a free
of the bust.
Photos of the bust.
No, it just makes me think of tributes.
Yeah. Kerm tributes.
Tributes. Photos of the Bush show rows of Legos.
Right.
Boxes stored on shelves, making the living loom look like a warehouse. I'm really good at reading.
Wow. Living room?
Most of the stolen toys were collector's items or pricer sets. Pricer sets? Pricier sets. There we go. The individual retail value of each item ranged from $20 to $1,000, LAPD said.
Okay. Sorry, you got this.
Among the stolen sets were collectible Star Wars, Ninjago, Harry Potter, Technic vehicles.
You've never heard of Lego Technic? You've never
Lego
heard of
Technics?
Lego Technic? So basically, Lego Technic.
Architecture, Marvel, Minecraft, special pop culture editions, and more. You could buy one of the Berlin Wall. One of the stolen items even appeared to be a demo set housed in plexiglass that is typically displayed inside the store, which we talked about.
I've seen those for sale.
reading that. I noticed that.
I've seen those for sale before. Are they stolen? Probably.
That's for you to decide. I know.
Really? I mean, if you're a retail worker.
While investigating Siegel's residence, police witnessed potential. Oh, this is actually really crazy.
Okay.
While investigating Siegel's residence, police witnessed potential toy buyers arriving at the home brought in by advertisements that Siegel had allegedly posted online. So when they were like raiding the house, there was people showing up being like, "Oh, I was just coming to buy a set." Is this not a store? What's going on here?
Told I told this was the Lego store.
This is the Lego store in Long Beach.
Is this not it?
Sir, what are you doing here? I'm shopping for Legos at the Lego store in Long Beach. Is it not?
You got to go home.
Oh, okay. Siegel was arrested on charges of organized retail theft, and Guadino was arrested for allegations of grand Lego theft. I love the AI things going on down
me too.
here.
I was gonna say, wow. Is that Chuck Norris? Dude, Chuck Norris is making a comeback.
Chuck Norris says.
Chuck Norris is making a comeback, and here's number 7 will surprise you.
Says do this daily to stay fit after 60.
And it's
do
Chuck
this. Do
Get
this
a load
other
of this.
picture. The bus follows the. So there's been a lot of weirdly enough, I feel like I knew this. There's been a lot of Lego thefts happening in California for some reason.
That's like the Lego capital of the world or something.
Oh yeah, because they have Legoland.
I was joking.
They have Legoland.
Chicago has one too.
Maybe it's not then.
But it's like a building. It's not
like
like a theme park like theirs. Theirs is like a big outdoor one, right?
Oh, you're just talking about the store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But this is an actual like water. I think it's a water park.
Yeah, or something like that.
So
where they have like big Lego statues and like models.
It's like a big deal, I guess. I would never want to.
It's a big deal, I guess.
It's a big deal, I guess.
And you like have like a Lego cup.
But yeah, so that's the pointless story of the week. But crazy. I mean, it's a crazy.
How'd they get away with this?
Hey. Oh, I like that. Free feet pics down here.
Wow.
In one of these.
Wow.
In part of this clip, like I said, that doesn't have to do with it. It's just kind of talking about theft. There was a video. Excuse me. It's not like porn. Of someone like breaking into like a Lego resale shop and like stealing it. And I was like, that's crazy. I mean, I know Legos sell for a lot. We were actually just talking about it the other week, funny enough. But
were
like,
we?
Yeah. You sold some Lego sets to
Oh,
your
that's
friend.
right. I did, yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy. Like, it was. I was like, man, that's so fucking dumb to be like, let's go steal some Legos.
Yeah.
But then it's like, well, they sell for a lot, and it seems like it'd be the easiest thing to steal. Because it's like, you go to somewhere like that, they're not expecting people to break in and steal their shit. So it's
That's true.
I don't know. It kind of makes it's kind of smart.
It's kind of like
It's kind of actually.
It's actually one of the greatest thefts that you could have in the modern century. You guys,
Anyways,
are you ready to jump into Gavin's techno world?
let's do it. Hit it. Hit it. Gavin's Lego world.
Goes between the ears. Hear that?
Yeah, it's making my eyes water.
Engineered that myself.
Engineered that one myself.
Engineered that one myself. Welcome to Gavin's Techno World, where today we're going to be talking about the Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference.
Worldwide wrestling.
And you might be asking yourself, Gavin, do you already have iOS 18 beta on your phone?
I am.
The answer would be, yeah, I do.
It
released literally like an hour after the conference. Like it was after their keynote. So
this one's not going to break your phone, right?
It still could.
Okay.
But, you know, I do
What
some...
the fuck? What's
I
happening
can
there?
do some special things.
Is that a landing strip
It is.
for your
This is to measure my cock.
for your tributes?
Yes.
That's the tribute spot.
That's a tribute spot right down the middle.
For
there.
those
It's the runway.
For those you can't see because we're not showing it, Gavin has his apps split in the middle. It
Yeah, so
literally
it's-
looks like he jailbaited his phone.
Yeah.
Jailbroke his phone.
But yeah, so if you also notice, the apps are also dark. The Apple
What do you
apps are dark. Do you see that? Like
Oh
the-
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got something
So-
in my eye. It's bugging me.
You good?
It's my finger.
Right. So I'm gonna go into
You
this.
remember when the YouTube app used to be an Apple app?
I do
was
remember
just
that.
on
Yeah,
your
that's
phone?
but your unk status for that, bro.
And like you couldn't go to channels. You could only search up like certain videos.
Singular videos. Yeah. That was on my friend. That was on my neighbor's iPod. So I'm just gonna.
do that. I would watch YouTube videos on the way home from therapy. Not a joke. On my dad's phone, not my own phone.
Well, there's a lot to break down with that one, but I'm just gonna go ahead and
That'll be next week's
that's
Techno World.
next week's Techno World. So I'm just gonna break this down in the order that they did it.
Let's do it, babe.
Engadget. This is from Engadget.
Can you say that?
This is actually one of my favorite websites. They have some pretty good.
Is that real?
It's real. Yeah.
Is your favorite one of your favorite websites?
That's right up there with The Verge,
Okay, so let's go in order. Verge,
Engadget,
Pornhub,
Mashable,
DoorDash,
Mashable,
RedTube,
Mashable.
Mashable, Fangoria.
And then TechCrunch.
And then KevinHart.net.
And then TheRock.com.
The Rock. Never mind.
Yeah.
Couldn't even think of it.
Yeah. The
I had
XXX.
nothing.
X.com. That's my favorite too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yesterday, Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference keynote teased a lot of what users can expect this fall. When big iOS, iPadOS, and macOS and watchOS updates hit their devices. Changes coming include RCS
Taking
support.
this guy off the payroll. I can't even listen to it. I don't even know what you're saying. That's the problem. Is I can't even. I don't know what you're saying. I can't concentrate on it. It's too distracting. I couldn't.
Because it sounds like a different person, right? Doesn't it sound like a different person?
If you asked me what you just said, I would not be able to tell.
Okay,
you.
so the changes coming.
See how long he can go without doing
Changes
it.
coming include RCS support and messages, a new passwords app.
Pause right there. What is that? What does RCS
So
mean?
RCS is like rich.
Chad sauce. Richard Cheese. Samson.
Rich communication services. I was on the correct path. So the way that Android devices communicate with each other is like you're able to do like how you would in Facebook Messenger or even like on iMessage. They have the RCS so that you're able to send like bigger photos and they don't get condensed down to pixels.
Okay.
Like how sometimes they have
Sometimes they
before
do.
over text
Yeah.
because it's still SMS. So Apple is adding this RCS, which is the rich communication services services to iPhones, which will allow iPhones to communicate with Android devices much like Apple to Apple.
Okay.
Finally.
That's good.
Yeah. So they'll probably still have green text messages, but like you'll still be able to receive like really well done photos, and like you'll be able to like if you send a like over to their message, it'll like have like a like on their message and vice versa.
Yeah, it works better now than it used to.
Yeah,
like
but-
it'll send the full text again and it'll say Carson liked your message.
Yeah, but
or,
now
like,
it
this
won't do
person.
that. It will just
It'll just show.
it will just
That's
show a
nice.
like,
Yeah.
and it will just show like a reaction to it.
Okay.
much like how Instagram works, where like you're able to select.
Yeah.
So on the new iMessage, just to break that wall down, I guess.
I like that.
One of the craziest things that I saw is that they're allowing people to react to like how you can like haha and like and dislike. You can like campfire emoji it. Okay. Or like you can just like put whatever emoji you want. Like you could penis it.
Okay.
Like how you can on Instagram. Again,
I'm gonna be sending a lot of devil emojis.
They also added different, and I can demonstrate this to you, Carson, because you're here.
Because you're here.
So on here you can change the text into like this. It has animations and like you can make the text do that. So it's like, I'm going to explode, or like
But can't you
ripple.
already do that?
Well, like not like this though. Like it would be like it's singular words, not the whole message. Like hey,
like a singular word in
yes.
a paragraph.
Yes.
You can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I can still do like the slam, loud, gentle, invisible ink
Yeah.
and like do all the screen stuff, but now it's just individual words. I can just select this and then go to small. Hey, what's up?
I will say, personally, I think that is the most pointless and useless thing.
No, it is, and that's
Ever.
and this is all just stuff that honestly should have been in iOS last year at some point. Whenever they were doing all this, it's really just because Apple wants to do it Apple's way.
Yeah.
So there's probably a catch somewhere.
They're just looking for something that they can do now.
Do better.
Yeah.
And so there's that, and there's also you can also send later in messages. You're allowed to schedule a message.
That is the one thing I did see. I think I like that.
I thought that was in iOS a long time ago.
Really?
Yes, because I remember my neighbors, again, they were the ones who had all the Apple stuff. We waited up for a long time before we got ours. They had they knew like the hacks on like all like Clash of Clans, and like you could change like the date on your phone and it would accelerate, so you would get all like money for that month or whatever. And he would get text messages sent from his mom whenever it was like his birthday. So I always thought that was because she had like a service that would do it. Like it was like, oh, happy birthday, automatically.
But she wouldn't do it?
That she wouldn't do it. Yeah.
And he knew that?
I guess so. We discovered it that way. It's because he would set it to like 2024 or whatever, right? And it was 2008. And it would send like a happy birthday message every year on his iPod.
Huh.
If you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if you go into airplane mode and like turn off the date and make it like you have to set the date automatically.
Yeah.
It's that.
Okay.
So he was setting it, and then it was like on device recognized, I guess. I don't know. It was something. So I always thought it was scheduled.
So there was like a loophole.
Yeah, there was
maybe.
a loophole. Yeah. So there was probably somewhere. But now it's actually like you can schedule it. I don't know how many days in advance or what the limitation is with that.
Yeah.
But
I like it though, because like sometimes I get done, like especially like the only example I have is like Matt and we usually communicate over text. Like I'll send him links for stuff, and sometimes like super late, and I'm like, I feel bad, but I'm not gonna get up early to send this, so I'm gonna send it now.
Yeah.
But now I can be like, okay, schedule this to send at like 8 a.m. or 6 a.m. instead of having to send it like at midnight or 1 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah, and that's coming in. This is all coming in September. One of the things is that you're also able to lock and hide apps.
Okay.
So like you can do it to any app. Like Duolingo, I can require Face ID.
Okay.
And it says hide and require Face ID, or just require Face ID.
Okay.
So
that's good for like, I think like parental
stuff, and
controls.
also perverts.
And your dumb girlfriend.
Yeah,
who
and
wants
also-
who wants to look at your phone because you're looking at
Porn all the time.
you're looking at pictures of Lola Bunny on Instagram.
Yeah, like-
that's a big deal.
Yeah, but it's like it like puts it into a hidden app in your app library, and then you have to like let me like close it, but you can hide it, and then you're able to like it will say like Face ID required to open this app.
I like that.
Yeah, so
I like that.
It doesn't look as good with the giant thing here, but I'm sure it looks better with like a pill with like the dynamic island, the pill that is the speaker on the new iPhones. The other thing they did was they revamped the you're able to completely customize the entire control center It's actually kind of crazy. Like you can literally resize each one of these and move them
and
around.
you can add different.
Yeah, you can add them, and you can add more pages to it. Like
I like that.
it's really nice, and you can like add a control, and then so like screen mirroring. I can make it that big.
Oh,
or,
that's
you
cool.
know, like you can.
So they really are becoming Android now.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like way more like Android now.
They're doing what people wanted them to do.
And
this whole
also
time.
like how they've been able to do on jailbreak since 2010.
Yeah.
Like it's honestly, I've jailbroken my phone to do exactly those things before. So yeah, they've done that. You're also able to like if you hold down, like go into jiggle mode. I guess that's the original. I think that's actually the name that they go with.
That's
and you can
funny.
customize. You can make it so it's automatic. Apple icons. You can make them dark. You can make them light, or you can tint them to all the same color.
Oh my God! It's literally like jailbreaking your phone.
Yes,
That's
it is.
Crazy.
It is actually straight up just like that.
That's so funny. I wish there's a way we could show this, but Gavin is doing a good job of explaining it. I think.
Yeah. So yeah, all the Apple and it's odd because you can also you're also able to tint like regular apps with that, but you can't make them all dark because they haven't supported it yet.
Right,
But Apple
yeah.
supported ones like Notes, Photos, Phone will change the background that's normally like green, say to a black, or you can also make them bigger now so that they don't have any icons or
Okay.
they don't have any names under them. So that's kind of nice, but you can only do that if they're bigger.
Yeah.
One drawback, but I kind of actually it's not a bad look.
I
It's
actually
super
like that a
super
lot.
kind of clean.
Yeah.
And also on the lock screen, how it's normally camera and flashlight. Well, they don't have to be camera and flashlight anymore.
Okay.
You can make them. Let's see if I think I can get rid of it and then add something. I can make it dark mode, or another camera,
Okay.
or translate, or scanning a code, or alarm set an alarm,
Yeah.
turn off cellular data. They'll have a lot more like you
Okay.
know normal stuff that I think you'll be able to do, but yeah, I won't add any of those because I don't feel like it's appropriate. Like
Right.
there's no reason. I
no
do
point.
use those. I'm used to it.
Yeah. Me too.
I might switch them, but that would probably be it. But they also every year say that this is like the biggest ever photos update. That literally
The best camera we have ever released.
No, but like the Photos app.
Yeah.
So like it's literally just like it divides it even in the months and years. It's just like how it always has been.
Not really any different.
You
just
can
looks
you can
different.
sort by the date captured. You can sort by recently added. You can filter it by favorites. They'll probably update this by the time that it comes out to general public because it is very hard to maneuver without having any pointers at all.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like, where do I find my favorites folder? Because I have a lot of favorites. I'm like, I don't know where to find those.
Right.
Now. That kind of thing. But I guess there's also game mode. Messages will be able to be sent by satellite if you're in a no texting, or you don't have any cell service and you don't also have any Wi-Fi service. You can send it to a satellite and it will relay it, which is really good. On maps, they have hiking trails now, so you'll be able to map out a hiking trail, and you can
That's cool.
make a custom route, I believe. So you're able to really map out how long the hike was and the elevation and stuff like that. Those are the ones that they really highlighted that I can find. Of course, there's a lot of different stuff, but one of the things that I immediately noticed was that in the settings app, the settings app is way more clean. It's like way cleaner. It's just like it's way more organized. It makes sense. Like all the apps aren't constantly being, so like it's alphabetized now. It's not
That's
and
good.
you're able to scroll through all those. But like the passwords app that is also on there now also holds all your Wi-Fi passwords that you have for any
That's
of them.
nice. I've never used the passwords app ever.
Yeah.
I
Well,
need
no,
to.
it's new.
Oh, it's not
a
even.
new-
It wasn't
no,
even a thing.
No.
Okay. I was
So
gonna
they
say,
took
I'm
it out of the
I didn't
settings
know.
app and made it an entirely separate app.
I see. That's
The
nice.
other thing that I wanted to show a clip of on here, and I know I'm going long.
No. Take your time. I'm very interested in this.
The other thing is that you're able to like screen mirror onto your Mac, right, from your phone.
Right.
You're able to screen mirror and just like show your phone on your Mac. Well, now it's straight up like will make a whole separate instance of your phone, and you're able to control your entire phone while you have like all this stuff going on in the background. You can have your phone literally like up in the corner.
What the fuck?
And you get like your phone's notifications and all that stuff.
That's weird.
And it's helpful because There's a clip that I think his name's Craig Federighi.
This one right here.
Yeah. He is able. Well, no, that's not it. That's a different accessibility. We'll get there.
Yeah, I'll pause that.
Go to that thread. Yeah. So in that thread there lies a. Keep going down. Wait, go back up. No, that one right there, that MacBook one.
This one?
Yeah. Just go back to the beginning on
In
that.
a window right on my Mac.
Hold on. I'll start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Click here in my dock.
And it like pulls up a
Boom.
separate
And
instance. of your
there's my
phone.
iPhone, mirrored in a window right on my Mac. I can fully interact with it, all wirelessly. I can see my custom wallpaper. My icons are right where they belong. And I can use my phone normally, like swiping through pages of my home screen. And I can open any of my iPhone apps, like the Phil's Coffee app for a bit of extra energy for my click here in
Oh,
my
the
dock.
Phil's Coffee app.
Yeah.
So this is literally the fuck, what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck. Where you're like
Integrated.
no, where you're like taking in a bunch of media at once. What's that? What's the
Consuming.
something maxing?
Attention maxing?
Yeah, or something like fuck. I can't even think of the word.
Well, it's really
stupid, doesn't
important.
matter. Where it's like you're watching the iPad kid like scrolling one thing and then watching TikToks on
Yeah.
the other thing. Whatever that's called.
That's
I don't
like
know.
I said attention maxing.
Yeah,
That's what we call it.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. But that's literally the ultimate way to do it. You can have it all on one screen. You can just be
Yeah.
watching TikToks and watching YouTube at the same time.
Yeah, so the person in the thread points out that you're able to, if you're able to, do it like that, then you're able to wirelessly manage and turn off things that like if someone stole your iPhone, you'll be able to
Oh.
manage that stuff from your Mac.
Because what I was wondering is, do you need to like turn it on in your phone, or can you just automatically do it if
I'm
your
not sure.
phone-
I would have to download on my Mac, and I just don't feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, I feel you. Because like now you have to like go to your phone, go to screen mirroring.
Yeah.
Make sure it's
It sounds like
connected,
it's just gonna
wait
be a button.
forever. That'd be nice if it was.
I don't think you'll have to turn on your phone. It will probably just be like, you're connected to this, so it's your phone.
Because that'd be easy to use.
The other thing I was going to say was that you're able to generate your own emojis now on there. It's called Genmoji, which
What
is
does that mean?
generative emoji.
No,
You
no.
can-
What does generating your own emojis mean?
Like if you wanted they use an example of a smiling person with cucumbers on their eyes, right? Like, oh, I'm relaxing at the beach. And they
It'll-
have cucumbers on their eyes. It will make an emoji
What the fuck?
that is the cucumbers and the smiling. So here's the
Whoa.
catch with it, though.
Okay, here we go.
And I realized this because I downloaded this and I was highly expecting being able to do that. And you're also able to edit photos, like have you seen on Samsung and Google devices where you're able to erase things.
Take it out,
You can
yeah.
do that now. You can also generate AI images of your contacts if you want to do that.
Yeah, because I know another thing I said is like
They
we're
have
gonna
com-
have AI in every corner of the iPhone.
Yeah, they have it. They have it in everything. It's literally going to be just like a Samsung phone. We're gonna see
Yeah.
how this plays out, but it is.
I smell some lawsuits.
Well, no, I mean, like it's just like it's exactly like a Samsung phone. I'm thinking there's no difference between say a Samsung phone and an iPhone.
Yeah, they're completely monopolizing.
Yeah, now it's just basically the same thing no matter what.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're also able to generate things on the phone and send like here's a picture of you surfing.
And it's not.
And it's not. It's like a generative. It's like it literally looks like Dolly. You know what I mean? Like it looks like
It's bad.
It looks bad, yeah. And
Yeah.
it will probably get better with time. But again, it's one of those like they have ChatGPT like built into Siri now.
And it is Chat
Yeah,
GPT.
yeah. They literally say like it's OpenAI's ChatGPT 4.0 with it.
Big money for OpenAI.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus
Oh, yeah.
Christ.
Huge money.
Yeah.
They
Love to see the numbers behind that.
Yeah, so that is integrated into Siri now, and you're able to generate like the emojis and
Yeah.
the pictures and stuff like that. So I can't do it on my 12. You can't do it on your 14. You can't even do it on a normal 15.
Oh.
You have to get it on a 15 Pro.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, wait, where is this going? Because I'm like, did you do the emoji thing?
I so badly wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is it literally just not even there?
Nope. Can't even do it. And it's like a whole. The series is just like how it is on any other Siri. There's
I wonder
nothing
why
different.
that is.
It's because they want to promote you getting the new phone. the new best phone.
It's not that
spending
you
the
can,
most money.
they just don't.
They don't want you to. And also they say like it's because the chip will have built-in AI functioning on it. Blah blah blah. I doubt it.
Yeah, it's like, well, that phone came out what, a year ago now?
Yeah,
almost.
Yeah,
like
8 months ago.
6 months. Yeah, 8 months. Which obviously they were planning ahead.
Yeah.
They don't.
Oh yeah,
this stuff
absolutely.
is planned months, if not years ahead.
Yeah.
But
So they
still,
knew
it's
that.
like
It will be. You will be able to do it on MacBooks M1 and newer.
So this one.
So that one you can do it with. This one I can do
Okay.
it with. If you have an M2, M3,
Okay.
you'd be able to do it on iPads M1 and up. You'll be able to do it.
Okay.
But it has something to do with the way the Apple mobile chip works.
Yeah.
So you probably won't be able to do it on the base iPad model because I don't even think the base iPod model has M1 chips yet.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. Yeah. I really didn't even get into the Mac OS stuff, but it's basically just all this. It's all the same things. iOS notifications on Mac, redesigned Reader. There's more game porting options for developers. Apple Pay on third party browsers. Send later messages. They also have math notes now, so you're able to add up stuff in your notes and it will automatically solve it for you. So if you're like, how
cool.
much is my budget this month? And it's like, okay, I spent this much on this, this much on this. And then it's like, you can say like this plus this is equal to, and then it fills it out for you.
I do like
On
that.
the iPad, they are adding the calculator app. They got a clap for that.
iPad didn't have a calculator app.
Yeah, for literally until this year.
I think we did talk about that when you had your iPad.
No calculator app. I had to download a separate app for that. But you're able to draw out like a complex, equation, and it will help you solve it, like using AI,
Okay.
or give you the answer.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. That would have been really nice in calculus. I would have absolutely loved that.
I would have taken calculus.
Yeah, that's really
I
nice.
have dropped it.
First, they probably would have said like no AI.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I got AI at home.
Right, exactly.
You old heifer.
Yeah, there you go. They also said easier window tiling is going to be coming there, and then you also get a presenter preview, and also hiking and maps, just like how it was on iPad.
I gotta track my hikes on my.
Yeah, I guess so.
on
Yeah,
my
you're going to be hiking
MacBook.
all the time.
Through my MacBook too.
Right. But yeah, they also didn't say AI was artificial intelligence. It's Apple intelligence.
What the fuck? So they took the word and
They gentrified it. God damn it.
why would they? What is the point of even doing that?
The Apple Watch is going to get training load and new vitals app. So training load essentially uses many of the health and fitness metrics collected during workout tracking to estimate your effort level each time,
Okay.
which is kind of cool if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Each workout will receive a rating from 1 easy to 10 all out. That estimates how hard the user worked during that particular session.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't imagine there are going to be people that might be pushing themselves a little bit over the edge,
Yeah.
or maybe hurting themselves.
Right.
If they're not too efficient with it.
Right.
The new Vitals app will show users how they capture their health data, including heart rate, compares to baseline measurements, and will hopefully allow users to better understand when something might be off and outside the normal range. The activity app on iPhone is also getting an update to accompany watchOS 11 and will allow users to customize the data they see on the homepage so they can put their most important stats front and center. Cycle tracking will also get an update to include more detailed pregnancy insights, including gestational age and information about the user's health metrics that may be related to pregnancy, like heart rate fluctuations. AirPods Pro, you're going to be allowed to shake your head no to cancel a call.
Okay.
There's a really funny commercial they did.
I don't have the pros, but
Yeah.
But dude, whenever I have mine set, and I like this, even though I don't use this aspect of it, but
Reading out the notifications.
I haven't. It reads it out to me, but also when I respond, like whatever I say, it'll like send it. Not immediately. It'll be like, okay, you want to say this, but all the time, like in the middle of a workout, it'll read it to me, and then at the end, I'll be like, oh fuck, or like I'll say something like that, and I'll be like, you want to send oh fuck to someone?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't.
So like you'll be able to shake your head, know if there's an incoming call. And the silent interactions will also be applicable to messages and notifications. So if you're getting in the middle of a notification in the middle of you working out, you can just shake your head.
I like
no.
that.
Which is really nice. I think that I'm surprised that that's not in there already.
Yeah,
But
I'm
it
surprised
sounds like
isn't.
it'll just be like a software update.
With just
hopefully.
the pros though.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully, I don't have to pros.
And also it says that there's going to be better voice isolation, or that they are actually calling it voice isolation now because they have AI to help power it now on software side of iPod and iPhone and iPad.
Yeah.
So they'll have that too. So there'll be better voice isolation in like a busy environment, like the subway station, or maybe if you're out and about walking the streets of the highly walkable city known as LA, maybe you'll relate.
Or when I'm scrolling through the grocery store and you guys are like, "Why does it sound like you're in a wind tunnel?"
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. So there's then Vision and Pro happened too. No one has that, so everybody who had them as a tech sample sent it back. So
Yeah.
there's that. I'm not even. I
money
really don't
back.
even want to talk about it.
I saw one in the Apple store when I was there.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to try one on, but
Just saw it.
yeah,
Didn't even walk up to it. Just like, oh, there's that thing.
yeah, exactly. So that's all it's really new. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
And again, I think I also failed to mention that you're able to rearrange any icon anywhere on the screen.
Yeah.
So I can put I could put the YouTube app down there, and my Instagram way down here.
Yeah. We jokingly mentioned that, but that is a
actually
thing.
genuinely what it is. You can tint it, and I haven't found anything that's sticking out to me in other apps, but as they come, I will be able to show you. But yeah, I haven't noticed anything new on FaceTime. I don't think they really even said anything new about that.
Any of these other clips you wanted to play?
Oh yeah, and so there's also new. You're able to control your phone with your eyes too, as an accessibility feature.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's related to if you have to have a newer iPhone for that or not. But I would imagine you really don't, because they basically all have the same sensors in it.
Right.
So I'm curious to know if that works on mine. But you're able to actually control your phone with your eyes. No joke.
I don't even understand how that works.
But it's like, I think it's like a blink or something like that, or like looking at it for 2 seconds. Like it literally, like if I was highlighting over the home button here, it would like refresh the home page.
Oh, okay.
So it's fascinating. So then this one is to reduce motion sickness. So if you're on your phone while you're in the car, on the bus,
driving.
and while you're driving, as this user just described,
Okay.
and shows, it like plays these dots that kind of make it like, I guess, go with the car. So you're like not worried about like dropping your phone or getting seasick, car sick with it.
Okay. I'm curious to see this.
So go ahead and play it. This guy is just in his car, and there's like these dots playing because that's the way that, like, he's driving. So it's supposed to help with like motion sickness, I guess. I'm sure it's a little bit different while you have it in your hand, but like he's doing this with one hand and driving with the other.
Yeah. A lot easier.
Like he's still very obviously driving.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
I
an
guess
interesting.
I'm confused how that helps, but
Me neither, but me too. I don't know how it helps, but I guess it's because it's in the periphery, of the
Yeah.
phone. It's not directly in the middle of the phone sometimes.
I feel like that make me feel more sick.
Yeah, but if it's, you would see it way better if you were moving. It would make more sense. Like
it would make more sense if you were.
if you were like actually moving, you would.
Yeah.
It would feel like the screen isn't really moving as much.
Right. It would like balance it almost
Yeah.
like a gimbal.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
So there's that.
That's
That
something.
someone discovered, and then that whole thread was just really nice to go
Yeah.
through. But yeah. So what
Cool.
else? Did I say anything else that I missed? Yeah, it makes it more like Telegram and Facebook. Calculator with notes. The Siri is going to be different than generating emojis. The settings app was cleaned up. So
Cool.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
A lot of stuff. I don't know why they chose now to pull all this out, but maybe they felt like they needed to. Maybe they got some insight from someone about something, and they're like, "We got to do this now."
yeah, because it's like realistically, what is there to do after last year's iOS 17 update?
Right.
There's not really much. It would just be new
Feels
emojis
like
every
they're
year.
just hitting a wall at some point.
Oh yeah, they will.
Eventually,
They'll get
now
there.
they're just like, "Okay, you can do everything you wanted
Alright,
to do
yeah.
now." And
Everybody's-
look, we got AI.
Everybody's making memes of Steve Jobs like screaming down at them.
Oh,
like,
he
no.
is pissed. He's so angry. I bet
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah. Go to hell. Burn it in hell. So that was WWDC.
Well, speaking of technology, I
gotta
watched,
get a drink.
Get a drink, brother. I watched 2 movies about technology. Mostly one movie about technology. I don't know if you consider Death Race 2000 about technology, but it kind of has to do with that. So like I mentioned, I watched 2 movies that were made pre-2000 but about the year 2000. Literally accidentally, didn't even make that realization until about 15 minutes before you got here.
Oh,
Didn't even think about it. And I was like, those movies are both about 2000.
and made in the year 1980.
No. Death Race 2000, which I watched, I think on Friday or something, it doesn't matter, was made in 1975.
Holy mackerel.
And Lawnmower Man, it's still so funny
It's
to
so
say the
crazy to
title, was made in 92. Shit.
You gotta write these down. I guess that's.
I gotta be the movie nerd who knows every single movie and when they came out. 92, I was right. Yep, I was right. So briefly to talk about Death Race 2000, I watched it because the person who produced the movie recently passed away. I believe his name is Roger Corman. Am I saying that right? But he's known for like a bunch of weird movies. And I'd never seen any of his movies. And I thought this one was directed by him, but apparently like he
was, like, a
produced
visual-
for a long time. And then like, I think more, not super recently, but more recently started directing more. So like, he got like a lot of people their start. Like a lot of people were inspired by him, and like he helped get them started because he was making these like, you know, indie movies just on like a pretty low budget. From what I know, I don't know a ton about him, to be completely honest. I only recently found out about him. So I was scrolling through Tubi, and I saw this movie pop up, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a Roger Corman movie. Like I should watch that. I don't know anything about him.
I don't know anything about him, so I'm gonna watch this.
I should probably watch this. And first of all, I really liked it. It's very weird and dumb and pointless, which is at my cup
Peak
of tea.
movie.
It's a peak movie, UHF, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Different in that vein that they're not about, you know, children that, you know,
Don't want to grow up.
don't want to grow up and, you know, do weird stuff, which I love, of course. But I love I love Airplane. It's kind of in the vein of Airplane, but not. I didn't really find much of it funny. I just found it like very fun. It was just fun.
Fun. Yeah, dumb fun.
And it's one of Sylvester Stallone's first movies.
Oh,
literally,
really?
Literally the year before Rocky.
Holy shit.
So like if Rocky didn't happen, he would have been stuck in the meme hole of these weird ass movies.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because it's a weird movie. The best way I can explain it is it's like they took Wacky Racers but made it live action and
okay.
inappropriate.
Okay, good.
So
Yeah, that's what
literally-
I strive for. I like appropriate. Was it scantily clad women?
Yeah, there was nude scenes, no sex. It was like, so it takes place. Let me give you the synopsis. It's like 4 or 5 duos of people that are in.
It actually is just Wacky Racers.
It is Wacky Racers. I swear to God, who are they? They're in a race across the country. And they do this every year. It's like a yearly thing, and it's ran by the president. And I love it because they only call him Mr. President.
Yeah.
They call him Mr. President. Well, Mr. President wants to be speaking to you soon. Mr. President would like to speak to you, but he's like in charge of this race for some reason because they got nothing else going on. And
The
but
year
it's
was
like
2000.
it's not even a
It's
big.
not like there would be wars or anything
no,
happening.
God, no. But it's not even. The race is a big deal, but there's only like 4 or 5 people in it. So it's
And
like
there's no crowd. There's no.
no, there's crowd. There are crowds.
Oh, okay.
People. No, it's like a big deal. It's like the biggest deal.
It's like
And
the Super Bowl
they're in
of
a cross,
1975.
Right. They're in a cross-country race that takes 3 days. They stop in St. Louis and Albuquerque for like a night. That's like their nightly stops, and they like time it so they're like you get a certain amount of like if you were ahead of someone by a certain amount of time, you get that head start or whatever the next day. But you also are racking up points during the race, and how you would get points is you would hit somebody with your car. So like a kid in the street, you're like, and they have like different point ratings. So like a kid is worth like 40 or 50 points.
Wait,
And like an
actually
adult is
hitting
yeah,
real people?
Yeah.
Just like pedestrians?
Yeah,
Just like hitting
yeah.
pedestrians on the street?
They're like, okay, we know we got to drive. Like there's a scene where they're like, okay, they do this. It's like the geriatric hospital. They're like, okay, every single year they take the 90-year-olds or whatever, and they put them out in the middle of the street. And literally, so there's a scene of them like wheeling like these old people out in the middle of the street, and they're just like sitting there in like a wheelchair or a hospital bed. and they know it's going to happen every year, so they try and get there first to get the most points. And like he like subverts around in them and like goes through the hospital, and you see like a bunch of like ow, like you don't see what's happening or anything. But that's how they got to rack up these points. Yeah, exactly.
So like that, like saying like these children walking on the side of the street are like 10 points.
Yeah,
exactly. Like that. Is that where that came from?
I would assume so. It has to be, because I mean, that's the earliest I've ever seen that.
And like it wasn't like they had like crazy racing games where they were already killing people in 1975.
No. This is like a
fact checkers
weird...
below. Link a wiki.
Let us know. I would have to assume so, because I don't. Where the fuck else would that come from?
Yeah, no, sincerely.
Because they also referenced that in Toxic Avenger, because they also said that there's a scene, like literally a big plot point in Toxic Avenger is that they're running over kids and old ladies for some reason. But that one, they actually like, it's gory. This one, it's just like
cartoony.
You kind of don't. You like kind of see it, but not really.
You see their chairs fly up.
Yeah.
Or their beds fly out.
Right. And like, two of the kills that happen is like some of the like Sylvester Stallone like hits his own like is like pit crew. He kills his own crew, and they're like, wow, he really did it. And then like, so there's the main guy who's like the biggest deal. He's like the most popular racer. Everybody loves him. He's the
Chad racer.
He was like, they're like, part of the thing is they're like, I know you just got back from your meeting with the Mr. President. What did he have to say about like yada yada yada? And his name is Frankenstein, and he is literally Frankenstein, because they're like, he's like, he got this arm in 1998, and he got this arm in the crash in 97, yada yada. And he like takes off his clothes, and there's just like no scars or anything. He's just very like normal, like you couldn't even tell. He just wears like a gimp suit almost. So he's got like a mask on, and he's always like doing this with his face for some reason. But he's like kind of the main.
Well, he's
character.
a monster.
Exactly. He's the main character, and there's like a team of people who hate the race and are against it, who are like trying to stop them. And then in the end,
those environmentalists.
Exactly. But in the end, you find out that Frankenstein is actually trying to kill the president himself. So he's on their side the whole time.
No, not the president, Mr. President.
Mr. President, sorry. Because throughout the movie, he doesn't take off this one glove, and you find out it's because he has a hand grenade on it. And it's like, oh, okay. But he has like sex with someone with a hand grenade glove on.
Is he like holding it up?
No, I don't. He's like, it's just treated like a normal hand. It's very weird.
He's like riding it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. It's great though. I loved it. It was so funny.
So good movie.
Yeah, it was fun. I would recommend people to go watch it. And then the next day or whatever, I decided to watch Lawnmower Man on again Tubi. And
it's on Tubi?
Yeah, it's on Tubi for free. Shit. Go watch it for free. And I had to make the choice, because whenever I pulled it up, there was Lawnmower Man and then a Lawnmower Man, and they were both the same poster. And I was like, what is the difference? So I clicked on one, and it said theatrical cut, and it's like an hour 40. And then it said director's cut, 2 hours and 22 minutes. And I was like, well, I think I need to watch the director's cut.
I think I need to watch this.
I was like, I want everything. I want to see everything.
Yeah, I want to see all the gory detail.
Because I knew nothing about this movie.
Oh, I've heard it explained a million times.
Yeah, because you said your
Funhouse used to explain it. That was like that was their joke for so long.
I'm so curious. Don't tell me yet. But I'm so curious to know what exactly they're referencing about it, because there is nothing, after watching that movie, there is nothing I could reference about it. I don't know what I could reference.
Odd. It's so odd.
Are they just talking about it, or are they making references? Maybe I'll just ask you now. Yeah. What exactly are they referencing about it? Because I don't understand. But it's weird because, okay.
It's time.
Wait, sorry. I'm gonna find it. Yeah, yeah.
Still talking about lawnmower. So they just talk about it all the time.
For Funhouse's 100% relevant pop culture conversations.
Alana, have you ever seen Lawnmower Man?
No, that sounds made up.
Okay, I will say 3 facts about the hit film Lawnmower Man, and you, Alana, have to pick the one that's fake.
Oh, 2 truths and a lie.
Okay, let's do it.
One.
So it's like it's almost like an inside joke.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not like they're like.
It's not like they're constantly referencing it. It's
right.
like they're
it's
always
just like a bit. It's like a bit.
Yeah, it's like they're butt of the joke every time.
Then that makes more sense, because here's the thing.
It's a 4-minute long compilation of them talking about Lawnmower
That's
Man.
crazy.
I'll send you the whole thing. It's really funny.
Okay, I'll watch it. Yeah, so you brought that up last week, and whenever you brought that up, I was like, I've been wanting to watch this movie for a long time, but I don't know why. I've always heard it, like, the only thing I've heard about it is it's very weird.
I've heard it was kind of like, I mean, like, obviously these guys made fun of it, but they're like, it was kind of like a revolutionary film. It was like really badly done CGI, but it was
for
like,
sure.
It was like one of the, maybe not one of the first, but it was a like trying to be one of the first, like completely all CGI, or, you know, like they were trying to go crazy
really
with
use it really. And 92, I mean, that's super early on.
Yeah, like they didn't have the full like animated length CGI film was Toy Story.
Right, yeah.
So
that was also
95.
Oh, really? I thought that might have been earlier. Yeah, because I don't, it wasn't a hit, but it did really well.
I thought it was
I
thought it was a straight to DVD type of, or straight to, sorry.
No, I
VHS.
would hope not. I mean, the budget they had to have for all the computer stuff.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
And even the live action stuff too. Because honestly, like, it's mostly live action. You don't get the computery, like, you get some computery stuff like sprinkled throughout, but the really heavy, like 15 minutes of just computer stuff isn't until the end, and it's for like the last like 30 minutes or so that it's really heavy computer
of the
stuff.
director's cut.
Of the director's cut, of course. I was assuming the ending is still pretty similar, because when I first started watching the movie, they were like, there's like a screen that comes up and a big paragraph shows up, and I read the whole thing, and it's like when recutting this, like, there were scenes that were in the original reels that we weren't like able to smooth over, so there might be some times where you notice a jump cut. And I was like, oh, okay, like, I wonder if I'm really, like, I'm like, I think I'll probably pick up on it just because I know, but it's probably not gonna be that noticeable. It only happens a few times, but it's so noticeable. It's like it's like they'll be like moving, and all of a sudden like a whole different screen will pop up, and it's like back to normal, and I'm like, wow, they really cannot smooth this over. This is terrible. And it's like,
it must have been end of the reel or something like that.
Yeah,
you know
it was something really weird. But it would happen like at a point where like a cut would make sense.
Yeah.
But it was like, it would just be like a, and it would be like, oh shit, okay. Because every time it happened, I would laugh and like point at the screen and be like, there it is, there's
the jump screen right there.
But
what's the concept of this movie?
So it's funny because I kind of get why they're making a bit about it. First of all, I loved it. I really did love the movie. I really enjoyed it. It stars Pierce Brosnan.
No shit, actually.
Yeah, from GoldenEye.
Yeah.
James Bond.
Yeah.
He's one of the main characters.
Yeah.
And Jim Fahey, who isn't that well known, but he's a really fucking good actor.
Especially in Lawnmower Man.
Actually, yes. Actually, surprisingly, yes. But where the reason why it can really be made fun of, because again, it's not like an amazing movie, but it is really, I just loved it. It's just fun. It's weird. It's stupid at times, but it's acted really well. Like, I'm sure Pierce Brosnan probably hated his life.
They bought into it.
Yeah. I'm sure Pierce probably hated his life doing this movie, because he's like, this is fucking the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. But he does so good in it. But it's like, when you think about it, it's like, this is really stupid. And
why did he sign on to this movie?
Yeah, but it was pre GoldenEye. I think GoldenEye was the first 007 he was. So they saw Lawnmower Man. They're like, we gotta have this guy be James Bond.
Like, this guy's so good at acting.
Just dumb enough that I think he'll do it.
I think he should be our next James Bond.
I think he could do it.
Okay, like, do you think this is actually a genuine question?
Okay.
Do you think if, do you think there would have been a GoldenEye with Pierce Brosnan if he had not done Lawnmower Man?
I don't know if there's any connection between the two. I have no idea.
Well, anyway,
maybe, because it did well.
Yeah,
money wise,
and he was good in it.
So I'll just give you the plot. And sorry for anybody watching at home, but I think this is fun to explain movies to someone who doesn't know anything, who doesn't watch them.
Yeah.
We should watch this movie together before I head to California, because I think that'd be really fun. So Pierce Brosnan is like a computer scientist guy who, and this is the crazy part, I didn't even know this either, who has pretty much like created VR, or like helped create VR.
Right.
And to like get his funding to use VR for good, he's also using it with this like pretty much this FBI kind of group to like help use it for the army, to like almost create like a RoboCop kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so they're testing it out on monkeys at first. And I mean, this is kind of like just explaining the movie at this point, but this monkey that he has gets really smart and escapes. And so there's like a bunch of scenes where it's just a monkey paw like swiping a card, but it's like not the monkey, it's just the card. It's just that happening. It's very weird.
Like a prop monkey hand.
Yeah, and the monkey escapes and he's got this like cyber suit on with like the VR thing, so he like doesn't get out of it. And he shows up at the lawnmower man's shed. And the lawnmower man, thank you, I will explain.
Okay.
Is this guy named Job. And he is like
special needs.
He's mentally challenged.
Yeah.
He's special needs. He's mentally challenged, and he is like a worker for
the government
at a church.
And
like
he's
the
groundskeeper.
Yeah, he's the groundskeeper. Well, no, he's actually just like a helping hand at the church, but he also like lives there. They gave him a place to live, which is actually like that's something that does happen legitimately. But it's like, whenever that happened, I was like, oh, okay, he's mentally challenged. I was like, okay, so this is another like mentally challenged exploitation movie. I was like, okay.
Like
and it like kind of is, but it's, I don't know. I don't love when they do that. Like even watching Leonardo DiCaprio be
Gilbert Grape.
Be the grape.
Yeah, Gilbert Grape.
Was like a little uncomfortable. This wasn't as bad because I don't know. It's still a little weird, but whatever. That doesn't matter. But so the monkey shows up at his place, and it turns out that Job is a really big fan of comic books, but he doesn't want the pastor to know because that's like devil shit. And he thinks that the monkey is this comic book character named Cybo Man. So he goes, Cybo Man, you're here. And that's when I was like, oh, really? Like, it's not that fucking stupid. It's a monkey. And I don't mean like that fucking stupid in like a mean way, but it's like, come on, really? Like he's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Like
he's
but
able
you're
to
making him
function
seem like he's really
like he's
dumb.
a child. Yeah.
Yeah. So that part was kind of stupid and whatever. And they end up, the FBI shows up and kills the monkey, shoots him off of a roof, and Job gets really upset about it and whatever, yada yada. But they call him the Lawnmower Man because he goes around with the pastor's brother Terry, and mows people's lawns, and they like pay for him. And it turns out that he's Pierce Brosnan's characters
utilizes this lawnmower man.
That's the person who cuts his lawn, and he like knew him and whatever. And so here's where the next part comes in. So that's what they call him, the Lawnmower Man. It's like known around town. He's like, Pierce Brosnan shows up. He's like, no, I know him. That's the Lawnmower Man. It's like, cause it's so funny that this movie's fucking called The Lawnmower Man. It's such
you pointed the screen.
But it's like,
movie.
but it's like a serious movie. But it doesn't sound like it is. But it's like takes itself very seriously. Like Death Race is like it's supposed to be funny and outlandish. This is
goofy.
like, no, this is a serious movie called The Lawnmower Man.
They don't fuck around about this Lawnmower Man shit.
So once his monkey dies, Pierce Brosnan, I'm just going to keep calling him that because I don't remember. Oh, Dr. Angelo is his name. Dr. Angelo leaves the FBI place, which is called VSI. And also, like, the head director of VSI is played by Dean Norris from Breaking Bad.
No shit.
Really
actually?
young, yeah.
Yeah, but he probably still looks like 50.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He looks exactly the same. So he leaves VSI, and he, like, kind of starts messing around with the VR thing at home and doesn't know what to do about it. And so he crafts this idea
of using the Lawnmower Man.
Let's get
right?
the simpleton to be my new monkey, and we'll see if we can make him smarter. That's literally what he says. He's like, Job, do you want to be smarter? And it's like, what? That's where I was like, all right. Well, this is a 1992 movie, isn't it? Do you want to be smarter? We're going to play. You like games? Yeah, I like games.
No, actually.
Yeah, swear to God. That's a real line that happens in it. It's actually kind of funny because, like, legitimately, like, I don't love the idea of someone playing a mentally challenged person in a movie.
Right, who isn't.
It's not my favorite thing in the world. But Jim Fahey, like, really, like, he did act like very well. Like, I've been close to I've been close to autistic people and known and been around them for a long time. So, like, I know, like, how they act, and, like, he did a good job of it to, like, a point where there was whenever Dr. Angela's like trying to see if he wants to do this, like Job like gets up and starts like walking in the house, and he's like, yeah, I'm ready, like let's go. And he's like, oh, okay, and then he goes with him. But I'm just pointing out that he did do a great job despite the fact that he's just a
normal guy.
Yeah, normal, whatever you want that to mean.
Neurotypical, we should say.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. So he starts training him to make him smarter, and it starts working. And pretty much just the movie is just like following him becoming more and more smart, to the point where like this one day when Dr. Angelo brings him into Dr. Angelo ends up going back to the VSI place, and he's like, hey, like this is working on a human. Like we finally have a human to test it on. They're like, okay, let's fucking do it. It's the year 2000, anything goes. So they bring him in, and like literally the first day they bring him in, he like blazes through like hundreds of hours of like CDs of like information in like a couple minutes.
Right.
And then Dr. Angelo comes back in, and he turns around and he's like, I never knew there was so much to know about the world. What a dark place. That's what Job says. He like all of a sudden speaks normally now or whatever, whatever that means. And then from there, he just like, they then like not the head direct, not Dean Norris, but this other guy who's like another director. I think they call him Timms or something. Then like, I think what happens is like he changes the programming to go back on the course of the one they were doing with the monkey, which is it to be like a use for war, like I said, like a RoboCop type person. So he's like taking on new information while also learning this like combat type information. And he pretty much just gets like too smart for his own self, to the point where he's like, Dr. Angelo, there's parts of our mind we're not using that correct. Like that nobody knows, haven't used for thousands of years or whatever. And like figures out all this crazy shit he can do. And then he just starts like using that for bad and like, I don't know, doing terrible shit. And then one night he like snaps, and like there's this little kid, Jimmy, who's like dad he kills, and then he kills some other people, and then they have to take him down. And then like he like transfers his body into VR permanently. And then Dr. Angelo makes him get stuck there. And then he comes in there to like fight him, I guess. I don't really know.
VR world?
Yeah. In VR world, which the VR world is like very...
It's a grid, right?
Kinda. It's very gritty, and it's like...
Gritty.
There are like people, like, but they're just kind of like opaque, kind of gooey characters, besides whenever he transfers his body into there. And it's like this weird face that like is weirdly animated, and it doesn't look anything like him. And he's just trying to get out, and he doesn't, and then they blow it up, and then...
That's the movie.
That's the movie.
Wow.
But yeah, the visuals were crazy, and like Gavin mentioned, I was a little boofed. And the second half of the movie took me 2 times to watch it, because it was like, I guess it was just too intense for me in my mental state, so I had to like stop watching it for a little bit and be like, okay, I'm taking on too much information right now.
Yeah, you're like the opposite of Job.
Yeah, because it was like too many colors, and there's this fucking scene where the FBI people show up at Dr. Angelo's house because Job is there, but this is like when he's like really powerful, and he also like he just kind of like does this a lot too, and he's like very straight faced, but he looks like really coked out, because I think he's on a lot of drugs too at that point, because they're like injecting him with I forgot, I wanted to write down the name because I wanted to ask you if it was a real term or not. It was like neurotropic.
Nootropic, yeah.
Nootropic, is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Yeah, it's like it's something that basically it's supposed to help your brain. It's like they have
a
like
real thing, because they kept saying that, and I was like,
yeah, it's like a nootropic.
word.
It's like NOOTROPIC.
Okay. But it helps your brain. That makes sense then. So he's like really drugged out, and he like these 2 FBI people show up, and it's just his like face really big that like I don't know, it doesn't even make any sense. His face just like shows up in front of the house, and it's really big, and he's just like staring at them, but it's just his like computerized face. And I was like I can't watch this, is like too much, because it's just him, and it's also just a lot of like noises happening, and he makes these people into like millions of like ping pong ball looking things. Crazy movie.
Great movie.
We'll have to watch it sometime. the full director's cut, of course.
Absolutely.
I really liked it though.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, it's gonna be like months before I have any interest in watching Lawnmower Man 2.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I forgot they made a sequel.
Yeah, which I think that's really bad. I wonder if it even has it. I'm sure Pierce Brosnan is not in it.
I'm too
Let's find
popular
out.
for this.
I have to know now.
Lawnmower Man 2.
I wonder if even Job is in it. The OG Job. But yeah, man, I'm sorry. I just had to beyond cyberspace. No one
is
it.
in this.
Oh, 2.6 out of 10 on IMDb.
It's on Tubi. It's on Tubi.
It is, because I saw it and I was like, I'm never gonna watch that. Wow, yeah, Jim Fahey's not in it.
Yeah, 10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
They have a new Job. This is the new Job. Okay, so it's like really far into the future then. Ugh, there's no way. I'm not gonna watch that now. If it had both of them in it, I'd consider it, but I might have to get really boofed up to watch that one. But it was good, dude. It's just really weird and like I was thinking, I'm like, this would be the worst movie to watch on acid because like the visuals, because it's like not a happy movie, so like the visuals are really intense and like they're not. It's not even that. I don't know why I went so high up there. It's not even that grotesque. It's just like really intense and like sharp.
Yeah, in your face.
Yeah, and there's a scene when he kills Jimmy's dad or whatever his name is. He like controls the lawnmower into the house and it's like starts like chasing after him and it's like crazy. Like, but he's just standing outside the front door like this.
Right, like that, just straight
controlling
face.
it with his mind. It's crazy. What a bonkers fucking
I'm glad
movie.
you watched it.
What a weird concept for it. I don't know who I had this idea. It's good though. We'll watch it. We will watch it.
Maybe they saw the Nintendo Virtual Boy and they're like, I'm making a movie of that.
Yeah, and that's the thing I forgot to say about it is like it even though they were like, because in it that he's like, by the year 2001 there will be a VR set in every single home.
Right. In the year 2001, a plane will hit 2 towers in New York City.
Towers, and I was like, that's interesting.
How'd they predict that?
How did Job know that? But I was like, it's crazy watching it now because it's like, I mean, VR is kind of like a big important thing now.
Yeah.
And it like, even though
it's a space that exists,
we're 23 years after he said it would happen, it still is a big deal. And it still is like, you know, there's like the same worries that they were like making up in 1992 that they're having now about like, you know, getting not literally trapped in this world, but like, you know, mentally trapped in this world and stuff like that. So like it still felt kind of relevant in that way too, where it wasn't like too far out of my mind where I was like, this isn't even like, I can't even watch this. This is so like stupid. Yeah. It's just, it's fucking.
That sounds like an insane
wacky
movie to watch.
Movie, dude. It's so weird. We'll have to watch it. All right. Anyways, that was Carson's Cinema Corner. We're going on long. Let's do this really quick. Look what I found. That will keep super quick. If I can get my thing pulled up here. It's not that important. I just have to show it.
It has to happen.
Can you take it?
No.
Look what I found. A segment I do every once in a while where I find something I showed to Gavin, much like the Castration Theater, which is something will be on Broadway this fall. That Pat Sajak is in.
Yep, that's the play.
That's the one.
That's the play. He's in that. You know what's crazy is that Pat Sajak.
It took him about an hour. We got it back out of him though. This is Instagram. I find a lot of these things on Instagram, but I find something and I show it to Gavin. And I find a lot of things on Instagram, and this one.
I love how perfectly simple that is.
Yeah,
I find something and I show it to Gavin.
All of our segments are simple and to the point.
Yep.
Besides Gavin's Techno World, that's still a
work in progress.
Comes from the brain up here. Well, the name, I mean. This is an Instagram account I found by the name of Steez Nuts.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, so we're just gonna watch it.
I think, did you send this before?
And you'll see it at home. No, I almost did, and then I was like, I have to keep this for myself. Yeah, I don't. I kind of don't know. I kind of don't even know where to begin. Let's watch this. No, let's watch this. This is the first one I saw, obviously, because it has 46,000 likes.
I really bent it. I did wonder if I could.
I didn't know he was Irish. That's crazy.
Do it now.
Yeah, so he kind of just keeps hitting his nuts on this this balance beam he's set up in his house.
In between like 4 doors.
He's got to fix it now too because it keeps bending.
It's crazy because he's
also
putting his
got-
whole weight onto
Yeah.
the balls.
He's also got monkey bars. And you think he's going to do something else. No, he just kind of keeps doing the same thing. Just over and over again.
He does this in every video.
So he does something like this in every single video. He also does a lot of like these ones.
Meow, 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 meow.
I actually don't know what this one is. I thought this was something else, but we'll find out. So there's some sort of string attached to his nuts that he just pulled out from under a dress. He's wearing a dress. Who cares? And supposedly has it tied to his nuts. I can't confirm. And he has a chain attached to it now.
He's swinging it back and
he's
forth.
swinging it. This one's probably too long because I'm assuming he's going to attach these other things to it.
Oh, fuck.
We'll kind of just get to what happens next and then...
Meow.
I thought he was Irish, but now I have no idea what he's saying. So now he's got probably 20 pounds of weights. Again, that's still attached to his nuts. And he I should say they. Maybe I should say they and not he. Just, giving it a swing. And it probably just keeps doing that over and over again. Do they say? It says Steven, so I don't know, he or they. This is also another thing that they do a lot. Again, similar string attached to the nuts, but now we're on a sled.
Oh my God.
Pulling a ton of bricks in a room. Oh.
Christ alive, dude. This is...
So it's kind of theater of the mind because you can't see it, obviously. But you just have to kind of assume.
Theater of the mind while watching this guy obliterate his balls on a fucking crossbar.
Yeah, but you can't see the nuts. Well, yeah, then you can. And this one you probably can too. I haven't seen this one yet, but he said
He might be wearing a chastity belt. Who knows?
Yeah, he could be wearing a cup. Doesn't look like it.
Probably not.
So now it's a goal post he's standing on. You just got to watch it at home. I'm sorry.
Oh,
And,
fuck,
yeah,
dude.
just crushing.
He just does that. Wow. Good for him.
Just crushing the nuts. Let's
for them.
watch. I wanted to watch. He does it in public sometimes too, which I.
In front of people?
Oh, maybe he deleted those ones. I'm kind of glad he. Oh no, never mind. I lied.
Oh, here they are. Oh,
This one's not in front of people yet, but. So, just doing that. I wonder if this one's in front of people. Yeah.
I like his breathing.
Just do some cartwheels just to get warmed up. Get everything warmed up, and here we go. You know the vibes.
He's just, he's swimming on it now.
Yeah, so I don't really get the point of it.
Holy Christ.
I kind of just don't really understand. The only thing I can inference from it. Oh, I think they break the boards here.
With his balls?
Well, of course. It's Steez Nuts. Yeah, I just don't really get the point other than it's like probably like a fetish thing. Just making assumptions there. I don't know for sure, but I don't really know why else you go to these lengths to do things with your nuts. So yeah, that's Steez Nuts. Go check them out on Instagram. The Iron Crotch. Did you see that movie with Zac Efron?
Pretty sure that was in SpongeBob.
Like the Iron Crotch?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember that. Must have missed that episode. Yeah, I think that's everything. That's all I have to do. Steez Nuts. Anyways, moving on to the
the
final,
final segment.
and then we can get
The
out of here.
final segment of today's episode.
I actually have a lot of piss storing up right now that I have to get rid of here very soon.
Is called Whatcha Listening To, where Gavin and I recommend an album, song, artist to each other, to the audience of what we've been listening to the past week. This week I'm listening to the Lawnmower Man soundtrack. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't bad, though. It was a pretty good soundtrack. You want me to go first?
Yeah, why don't you? You ready to go?
This week I'm listening to the Lawnmower Man 2 soundtrack. I'm listening to... I found another band, of course, on my quest to find...
The most epic band of all time.
The most epic band of all time. I found One Direction. Of listening to older metalcore bands.
We're getting up there.
That I love, and I just find them and I listen to them and I love them. And I recommended one last week, and I think this one got recommended because of that. It was like a Discover Weekly thing that this band came across, and I never heard them before. It's a band called The Color Morale. Are those two different words?
Yeah, there is like moral is without the E, morale is with an E.
Okay, so then it'd be Morale.
Yep.
Okay, The Color Morale, which makes more sense. Again, another metalcore band that started in like the early 2000s and then like disbanded around 2017, which I think is like almost the same.
Exactly what happened last week.
This one, though, Gavin, you'll be happy, is not a Christian metalcore band.
Oh, you made it, buddy.
Although they do reference religion in their stuff, but they like do it in a way. I read an interview thing about them that's like they don't. They were kind of like shit talking the Christian bands. They were like, well, like, you know, we reference religion and maybe some of us are Christian, but we're not going to outright say that we're a Christian band because then we'd be hypocritical because like all these Christian bands will make themselves look good on stage, but then behind the scenes they're like partying and doing shit and like doing hypocritical stuff. So they're like, that's fucking stupid.
Right.
Which is like, I think it's cool to have that opinion even, you know, 10, 15 years ago. But this album came across like that Discover Weekly thing, and I just kind of picked an album from like what sound I like the most, and it's this album No Hope from 2013. Holy shit, this fucking album rips so hard. It's so good. It still feels so relevant. I know it was only 12 years ago, but it's still like, or 11 years ago, but it still feels super relevant. There's literally songs where I'm like, oh, that sounds like a Knocked Loose song. Oh, that sounds like this song. It's like just so good. Some of it maybe is a little dated, but it's not that bad or like unnoticeable. But this fucking band is so good. I'm going to listen to them a lot more. I did listen to them. I watched an old live video of them playing live at Warped Tour. They're not good live. They are bad live. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't need to see them anyways because they're not around anymore.
They're not around, yeah.
That's what I'm listening to, though. A couple songs. Burn Victims is great. Silver Lining, and I believe Living Breathing Something is like, that song is fucking insanely good.
I'll have to listen to it.
Give it a listen.
I don't know if you'll love it because, again, it's like metalcore where there's like some singing songy. I don't know if you'll love it. Anyways, what are you listening to this week?
This week I'm listening to Mad World by Tears for Fears.
Oh, there it is.
I could not get it out of my fucking head this weekend.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
You know, I was trying to figure out the reason why.
Mad World
By Tears for Fears. I argued a long time ago with our good friend Zach that Tears for Fears only had one hit, and it was the Welcome to Your Life. Mm-hmm. But they actually do have more than that. They have 3 songs.
Yeah, at least.
They have 3 songs I like.
I think I would accept that they have one good album.
Yeah, that I think probably.
And it's the album literally with those 3 songs on it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Head Over Heels is a little bit later.
It is a little bit later.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that was on my radar this weekend. I don't know why it just kept coming up, but I really like the horn part during for some reason it's like kids talking about their birthday. It's like it's the weirdest little horn section that's in that song.
That part. I can't even.
Yeah, it's in the background and it's just like that part automatically. I'm always thinking I'm like this is such a good song, and it's like. It's so odd because it starts out so melancholic and then it gets into like it's like almost like upbeat and like kind of happy.
Yeah.
It's a very odd song.
Yeah.
But this is the original one.
Yeah.
Because the one I know is Mad World by REM. That's the one I know.
Okay.
Or the Gary Jules one, I guess.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Almost like Gary Newman. Too many
about-
Gary. Too
all
many
the same.
Galleys.
It's all the same, right?
I gotta go.
I gotta go pee-pee.
I gotta go put one down and out.
Well, everybody, thanks for listening to X All Kinds Podcast, episode 171. Keep watching, keep listening. We'll be here listening to you here in Missouri. Make sure to keep liking and subscribing and be yourself, okay?